Today we're inside a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica taking a look at their latest rear seat entertainment system. Although this system is exclusive to the Pacifica at this time, I do expect to see it in other Chrysler vehicles coming up soon. This is what the system's remote control looks like. We have a power button right up top and a mute button right over here. The screen button allows us to select between controlling screen 1, which is on the driver's side, and screen 2 over here on the passenger side, a home button, back button, 4-way joystick with OK, track forward, backward, and a play-pause button for our media devices. Having a DVD player or a Blu-ray player in the back of your vehicle really isn't that new or innovative, so we're not going to talk too much about that disc interface. But some nice touches back here are that we have HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, and of course USB interfaces for the rear seat entertainment systems. Now, interestingly enough, the rear seat entertainment system's USB port is up front, as you see in this little graphic right here. It's the port that's right next to the Blu-ray player in the car. We also have two HDMI inputs, one on each seat back. Since we're over here on the passenger side, that's the one for us. It actually shows you where it's located. There's a headphone jack and a USB charge-only port coupled with that HDMI input, and then we find the same thing right over here on the back of the driver's seat. The system is a touchscreen, so it allows you to swipe back and forth between those two particular screens. But one of the other interesting things we have here is this Uconnect's app option. We do expect to see other apps in the future, and the system was designed to allow you to have not only different apps added to the system, but also to allow you to play between the two sides of the vehicle. For instance, we now have the checkers app loaded, and the other passenger will move their checker right there, like you saw. That black dot went from there to there. So I would like to move my red dot from there to there, so that way the black checker can, of course, eat my checker, which I will do over there on the other screen. This makes the rear seat entertainment system an awful lot more interesting than some of the other systems on the market, because we have several of these games that are multiplayer games, and it allows the rear seat passengers to interact with one another while also being entertained. Across the bottom of the system, we have a few other buttons. We have a home button right over here, which takes us back to this sources screen. We have a climate control button, which is an interesting touch. Even though the climate controls for the system are just above my head, you can actually change the way the system is operating or put it back in the auto mode. The headphone icon would light up if we had headphones plugged into the system, and then we have some adjustable options right over here. We can actually change the brightness, can change whether the ports in the vehicle are lit or not, which allows you to find them a little bit more easily in the dark. You can choose auto, widescreen, or full screen for your movies. And of course, you can reorder the sources on the system if you so desire. You can actually put USB up front or between the two HDMI ports, that sort of thing. An interesting touch with this system is that we actually have a slightly different media interface if you're playing music off of your iPod, your iPhone, etc. We can click over to the music option and we can actually browse our artists, playlists, genres, podcasts, etc. So depending on how you want to organize your media, we actually scroll across these screens right like that, which is a little bit different than interacting with them in the system up front. The one big difference that I've noticed between interacting with this system and the system up front is that it does take a while for this system to index your device and actually see those playlists, because I do actually have all these playlists on my phone, but not all of them are immediately accessible. That's been our quick look at the rear seat entertainment system in the brand new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Be sure and check out our review on the updated 2017 Uconnect 8.4 infotainment and navigation system, as well as our complete review on the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. I'll see you next week.